In the world of celebrity relationships, very few things go unnoticed. From Instagram soft launches to red carpet confirmations, fans have a front row seat to every high and low of Hollywood romance. But sometimes, the stories that make the most noise are the ones no one talks about directly, the ones whispered behind public smiles and hidden behind curated social media feeds. And right now, one of those stories is quietly unfolding in the lives of Angela Simmons, Yo Gotti, and her 8-year-old son, Sutton Joseph. Angela Simmons, daughter of the legendary Rev Run of Run DMC, has grown up in the public eye. From MTV's Run's House to her entrepreneurial pursuits, she has carefully crafted a life that balances fame and personal boundaries. But perhaps her most defining role has been that of a mother. Since 2016, when she gave birth to her son Sutton Joseph, Angela's world shifted. Her life, once driven by ambition and legacy, became rooted in nurturing and protection. Her son became the center of her universe, especially after tragedy struck just 2 years later when Sutton's father, Sutton Tennyson, was tragically killed. That loss reshaped Angela in ways that go far beyond what the cameras ever captured. Becoming a single mother overnight forced her to reevaluate every aspect of her life, not only how she moved in public, but how she built a safe and grounded environment for her child to grow up in. Since then, Angela has kept a protective shield around her son. Every decision, every relationship, every public move has been made with Sutton in mind. She's spoken in interviews about how careful she is when it comes to dating. She doesn't bring just anyone around her son, and for good reason. Losing his father at such a young age left a void that no man can easily fill. Angela understands this, and she's made it her mission to shield her son from unnecessary confusion or heartbreak. But that mission, while rooted in love, comes with challenges, especially when a new relationship begins to bloom. As Sutton grows older and starts to understand the world more clearly, Angela faces increasing pressure to balance her love life with her responsibilities as a parent. Enter Yo Gotti. For years, Yo Gotti publicly expressed his admiration for Angela. His now iconic lyric from Down in the DM, "And I just followed Angela. Boy, I got a crush on Angela Simmons," wasn't just a catchy line. It was the start of what fans would eventually call a manifestation love story. In late 2022, after years of playful online interactions and public curiosity, Angela and Gotti confirmed their relationship. They stepped out together for New Year's Eve, looking like a modern-day power couple. The internet erupted with support. Memes circulated. Tweets went viral. People celebrated the idea that patience and persistence could lead to love. But beneath the surface of this picture-perfect romance, there was someone noticeably missing: Sutton. As Angela and Gotti continued to post glamorous photos from date nights, vacations, and luxury events, fans began to wonder why her son was nowhere in sight. Of course, Angela has always kept her son largely out of the spotlight. But according to close sources, the questions weren't just coming from fans. They were coming from Sutton himself. Reports suggest that Sutton has begun asking why Yo Gotti, the man his mother seems so happy with, hasn't taken the time to meet him. For a child, the question is innocent, even logical. If he makes you smile, why doesn't he say hi to me? For a mother, that question can be devastating. It forces Angela to confront the complex dynamic of how and when to blend her personal life with her son's emotional world. Angela now finds herself in an incredibly complex emotional position. On one hand, she wants to protect her son from potential instability. Introducing a partner into a child's life, especially one who's already experienced loss, is not a step to take lightly. On the other hand, the longer the relationship continues without integration, the more isolated her son may begin to feel. He sees the man his mother is falling in love with, but he remains on the outside looking in. And that can hurt, even if no one intends it to. Angela, always striving to do the right thing, may find herself caught between her instincts as a mother and her desires as a woman. From Gotti's side, things are equally ambiguous. While he has never publicly disrespected Angela or her role as a mother, he has also remained silent about Sutton. There have been no statements, no visible signs of attempting to build a relationship with her son, at least not publicly. Some fans interpret this as respect for Angela's boundaries. Others see it as a red flag. Is he truly ready for the responsibilities that come with dating a mother? Or is he enjoying the benefits of the relationship without stepping fully into the reality of it? Gotti, known for his confidence and decisiveness in his career, may be treading carefully here. But for Sutton, each day without a connection deepens the mystery around his mother's boyfriend. What complicates things further is the way social media portrays love and family. It's easy to believe in a fairy tale when all you see are highlight reels. Angela and Gotti post pictures in luxury cars, on private jets, and at exclusive events. But life isn't built on filtered moments. It's built in the quiet in-betweens, in bedtime stories, school pickups, and hard conversations. And those are the parts of Angela's life that Gotti has yet to be visibly part of. These moments, often overlooked by the public, are where true bonding with a child happens, in small acts of presence and consistency that show child they matter. It raises deeper questions about what it means to love someone who is also a parent. Is love truly love if it doesn't embrace the whole person, child, and all? Can a relationship be considered complete if a major part of one person's life is excluded? And for Angela, how long can she balance these two worlds without them eventually needing to collide? At some point, Gotti must decide whether he is ready to take that step, not just into Angela's life, but into her family. And Sutton, with the quiet but piercing clarity of a child, is waiting for that answer. Sources say Sutton is a bright, sensitive boy. He's growing up fast, and with that maturity comes curiosity. Children notice everything. Even when adults try to protect them from complexities, kids sense shifts in energy. They hear whispers, they feel absences, and eventually, they start asking questions that parents aren't always ready to answer. Angela, for all her strength and grace, is still human. She's navigating uncharted territory, trying to nurture a new love while honoring the memory of her son's father, all while ensuring her child feels seen, valued, and included. These are not easy waters to tread, especially under the constant gaze of public opinion. The public doesn't know what private steps Gotti may have taken. Perhaps conversations are happening behind the scenes. Maybe introductions are being planned thoughtfully and deliberately. But in the court of public opinion, silence often speaks loudly. As more fans begin to notice Sutton's absence from Angela and Gotti's love story, the pressure mounts. Not because people are being nosy, but because the stakes feel real. This isn't just about romance. It's about responsibility. A child waiting for a seat at the table deserves acknowledgement, not invisibility. There's also the broader context to consider. In the Black community, especially, blended families are common, but not always handled with the care they deserve. There are cultural wounds tied to absent fathers, temporary stepfigures, and emotional inconsistency. Angela, undoubtedly aware of this, is trying to break that cycle. She wants more for her son, and perhaps that's why she's being so cautious. But in the process of protecting him, is she also unintentionally keeping him in the dark? Gotti, if he is truly invested, must step up and show not just love to Angela, but accountability to the life she has built. Angela's fans have largely been supportive. They applaud her strength, her hustle, her ability to raise a son while managing a career in public scrutiny. But even her most loyal supporters are beginning to ask, what role does Gotti want to play in Sutton's life? If he's serious about Angela, the time will come when words and photos won't be enough. Presence will matter more than promises. And Sutton, in his own quiet way, is already asking for that presence. This is more than just a relationship milestone. It's a necessary step toward authenticity and trust. This moment could become a turning point in Angela and Gotti's relationship. If handled with honesty, empathy, and care, it could deepen their bond and build the foundation for a beautiful blended family. If ignored, it could create emotional distance that's hard to mend. Children remember who shows up, and they also remember who didn't. The decisions made now will echo throughout Sutton's development, shaping how he views love, loyalty, and what it means to be a family. For now, all we know is this. An 8-year-old boy is asking a simple question. It may seem small, but it carries the weight of everything that matters. Angela Simmons is doing her best to balance love and motherhood. Yo Gotti has a decision to make about the kind of man he wants to be. And Sutton, wise beyond his years, is watching it all unfold, waiting for someone to show him that he matters too. In a world that often forgets children have the clearest eyes of all, it's time for the adults to answer the question that lingers loudest in silence. Why hasn't he met me yet?